Hello, tax time with teacher Barbara. So, a lot of people have had a lot of questions about tax times. First, I'm going to say I'm not an accountant. I do have a degree in accounting, and I've done my own personal taxes for an at-home business since 2003. So, I do have a lot of personal experience on doing Schedule Cs. But my very first tip is go contact a certified public accountant that can help you with your taxes if you are unsure of anything. I'm going to give you information based on my own personal experience and based on what I know to be true through the IRS. Again, if you have any questions or uncertain, ask a professional. So first, quarterly taxes. What are they? That when you're employed with an employer, they actually take a portion of your income and pay taxes for you. As an independent contractor, you don't get that luxury. You have to pay your own taxes. This is what the IRS says. The IRS says is that at the end of the year, if you are going to owe more than $1,000, you need to be making estimated quarterly payments. This is going to be different for everyone. No two people are the same because everybody's tax liabilities are different. Whether you're married, whether you have kids, if you're the head of household, if you own your home, all different things are going to come into play with this. So you can either A, talk to an accountant, which I strongly suggest, especially if you're new to doing this, or B, you can kind of figure out what you're going to owe at the end of the year by using like a tax program like TaxAct or TurboTax to kind of estimate it. Personally, I use TaxAct. It's worked for me for 15 years. So, with that being said, if you're setting aside money for taxes, I generally set aside around 20 to 30%. It's going to give or take, and it's better to be overestimate than underestimate because when it's time for you to pay your taxes, if your taxes are $400 and you save $500, yay, pay your $400 and you have an extra $100 in your pocket. But say you only save $300 and it's $400. Where are you going to get that extra $100 from? So it's better to overestimate than underestimate. Like I said, everybody's different. 20 to 30% is usually what I save. And you don't have to pay quarterly. You could pay every month if you want to. So when you get your check for VIP Kids, you can just go ahead and send your payment off and be done with it. And then you don't have to worry about it sitting in the bank looking at you saying, spin me, spin me. So something else to know, if you overpay your taxes, that's okay. Because just like with taxes that are taken out of your paycheck from an actual brick and mortar job, if you overpay taxes at the end of the year, they give you what you overpaid back. So you're not losing money. As you all know, we are independent contractors, which is a great luxury because we can set our own schedule. We can work when we want to work. For the most part, we have freedom within our, limits of doing our job. On the downside, you have to pay your own taxes. You have to buy your own stuff. So, like I said, talk to an accountant if you're unsure. If you are familiar with how to do your own taxes, use an online tax program. So what can be written off? That is always the next biggest question. So you can have your own home office. Now this office needs to be used specifically for your business only. And based on the size of your home, it depends on how much of a discount you get on your Schedule C. So for instance, my home is 2,000 square feet. My classroom office is 120 square feet of that. So that percentage will be used to figure out my deductions. You will get, and you need to have receipts for everything. So save your receipts. Save your bills. You can get a % off your mortgage or your rent. So save that. If you're paying a mortgage, save your paper that tells you how much you paid in real estate taxes. You can get a % off your utilities, your water, your electric. If your internet is only used for your home-based business, you can 100% write it off. Now, if you're using it 60% of the time for home personal use, you only get a 40% deduction. Same thing with your phone bill. If you use your phone 100% for your home-based business, you can write it off 100%. Otherwise, you need to figure out what percentage is used for your home and what percentage is used for your business. And that's the only amount that you can deduct. Most of the time, if you're going to deduct a cell phone bill, they actually suggest you just get a cell phone dedicated specifically for business so that you don't have to worry about that. So some other things that you can deduct: your props that you're using for your home-based business, your reward systems that you're buying, the software that you buy, like ManyCam, or if you need Microsoft Office, that can be written off if it's used solely for your business. Again, if you're using it for personal use, you need to figure out a percentage, and that's what you can deduct. And that same ruling goes for everything I'm about to mention. Your printer, your ink, your paper, if you have to buy a new computer, if you have to buy an iPad for the business, your headphones that you wear, all of it can be 100% deducted as long as it's used solely for your business. Insurance can be deducted at the end of the year as long as you do not qualify for any other insurance. So if your husband has an insurance plan available that you guys are able to partake in, then you don't get a deduction if you go somewhere else for insurance. Another thing, a lot of our teachers drink coffee. There's been debate. Coffee can, in fact, be deducted. However, keep in mind, it's the same ruling as everything else. Only what you use for your business while you're doing your classes can be deducted. So what I suggest to do to make it easiest, buy coffee only for when you work your online business. And then have other coffee for the rest of the time when you're at home. This way you have a receipt for coffee and it's just for your business and it's 100% deductible and you don't have to worry about percentages. So 2 things that I keep seeing people post that they think is deductible, and some people are arguing about it, but it is not deductible. First, makeup. You are not required to wear makeup. Yes, it makes us look better. It makes us feel better, but it's not required, so you cannot deduct it. Clothing. I see a lot of people saying that they write off their clothing for their at-home business. Not allowed. According to publication 529, which covers miscellaneous deductions, work clothes and uniforms, you can deduct the cost and upkeep of work clothes if the following 2 requirements are met. First, you must wear them as a condition of your employment. Vipkid does not require us to wear anything specific. Second, the clothes aren't suitable for everyday wear. So even if Vipkid required us to wear orange shirts or required us to wear dino t-shirts or anything else, those items can be worn anytime. They can be worn to go out to check your mail. You can wear them out on a date. So they're not deductible. So, sorry guys, you can't write off your clothes. So, one final thing that is a cool deduction that most people don't know about is child labor. Child labor, you ask? What are you talking about? So if you have children between the ages of 12 and 17, you can actually pay them to cut out props, to clean your classroom, to create reward systems. Whatever it is that you decide is going to help you with your at-home business, you can pay them to do. That money does not have to be reported, as their income, and you get to write it off. So how cool is that to be able to pay your 13-year-old $1,000 in a year to cut props, make reward systems, clean your office, whatever the case may be. Anyways, I'm going to post the links below for the people who need to know where to pay their quarterly taxes. The link will be below. I will also post the link to the publication that talks about clothing. If you have any other questions, post below. I'm pretty good with what I know, so I will certainly try to help you figure out anything or any question that you have. And again, if you're not sure what to do, contact an accountant. They are so valuable. Goodbye.